The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Bull Bear Binary Option Hour. Brought to you by Nadex. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044. Now, Tom and Tommy O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. We appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials down 35. You get the Nasdaq off 9. S&Ps are off 8. Gold contract trading flat, down 80 cents, $13.54.50 an ounce. We have silver down 9 cents, $16.69 an ounce. Light sweet crude off 13 cents, $61.22. Notes, 10-year note up 7 ticks, 120.21. The 30-year bond up 21 at 144.21. King dollar, a rejected lower price out here this morning. We'll see where they can keep this bid going. You're at up 415 ticks, 88.925. The euro is at 124.35 to $1 US. The yen is at 106.28 to the US dollar. Tommy O'Brien, what's going on?
Good Friday morning. How we doing? We got some market action. What's new, right? Gotta love it.
There's no doubt. And here, I want to bring this article over. I just brought this up. I'm not sure what this is, but let's see what it looks like. Because if we talk Bitcoin, Bitcoin right now, folks, is up $212, 10,085. And let's see, we know that a lot of these different equities have been saying that they're blockchain companies. So the SEC says there are questions regarding the nature of 3 different oh my God, one of them is a construction company, and the value of their assets. Let's see what they have to say. The SEC said companies that claim they acquired AAA-rated assets from a subsidiary or private equity investor in cryptocurrency and blockchain. Let's see what we got here. So,
yeah, that's pretty much it, right? They're basically just saying we're going to look into whether they're actually doing anything
exactly
with and I guess with the value of what they've probably stated in whatever they're doing.
There's no doubt.
Yeah, the SEC says the companies had claimed they acquired AAA-rated assets from a subsidiary of a private equity investor in cryptocurrency and blockchain. Well, it's like, okay, is anything in cryptocurrency AAA rated? Where does that even come from?
I doubt it. Exactly. Right. That is seriously, man. Pretty wild. You know, and when we talk the Bitcoin, folks, okay, don't forget, you can come over to our website at TFNN, hit that Nadex banner on the top of the side, bring up the account. You can bring up that demo account because what we have here is that the weekly binaries. Now, the weekly binaries, they'll be closing out this afternoon at 3 o'clock. The weekly spreads, rather, inside
and I tell you what, I'm going to post in the den right now. Oh, let me get it. 2 seconds. There we go. Come on. All right, we got it going. Okay, so I should have my chart up there. I'm sure they'll get it up on the screen.
Yeah, I see it. Yep.
Perfect. So you got Bitcoin, like you said, trading at 1085, right? The weekly spreads go from 4,700 to 12,700, and from there, which the cool part about this I want to bring up is if you sell this right now, you have quite a risk reward because you're able to sell it pretty much at market. You're able to sell it at 10,070, right?
Right.
Your risk is capped at 12,700, so you have 2,700 Bitcoin dollars to the upside risk, which is $270 in the contract.
Yep.
And from there, you have profit potential all the way down to 4,700. It's nice when it lines up like that. You know, you're able to sell a Bitcoin. Realistically, if you wanted to do dollar for dollar, right, you could sell one Bitcoin right now for $2,600, and it's trading at over 10,000. And that's getting in, you know, within $15 of the price of Bitcoin's trading at.
That's pretty wild, man. And
yeah.
That trade would be at 3 o'clock this afternoon, folks. There's 2 different things that are happening, which is pretty cool with that. Do you know what I'm saying? Right?
Definitely, yeah.
What will happen now? We are on a 3-day holiday. You know, I didn't even realize this till about a half hour ago, Tom.
I was texting as well some of the employees, just making sure that they were aware. For sure, I know it sneaks up, man. The beginning of the year for us, we have some sneaky holidays that sneak in. But yeah, you got President's Day coming up on Monday.
Yeah, and this is the last one for a while. So, bottom line, we better enjoy it.
There you go.
So, looking at the market out here, let's go take a look at the strength versus the weakness. If, first off, we go inside the Dow Industrials, what you're going to see inside the Dow, strength out here today, putting points into it. Home Depot. Home Depot's putting 6 positive points. Disney's putting 5. Johnson & Johnson's putting 4. Taken away from it. McDonald's is negative 13. Chevron 8. Walmart 7. Nothing heavy, really. Inside the NDX 100, what we have, the leader out here is AMAT. That's up 1.9%. Henry Schein's up 1.3%. eBay 1.1%. Cisco 1.1%. Taken away from it, Kraft Heinz. That's down 5%. That's a big number. You got Alexin Pharmaceutical. That's down 2.4%. Biogen's up 1.5%. Let's go to good old Kraft Heinz and see what's happening there. Ooh, look at that, man. That's so.
What's going on with ketchup, man?
Seriously, man. That in 18 days, it's gone from 80 to 69, and that really is unusual for a monster large cap like that. Let's see what.
That's what I was gonna say. That's not a company that should have that type of volatility usually.
No,
yeah.
Right.
Oh, what's that? Yeah, okay.
Let's
I'm looking
see.
at
You got Heinz sales and profit fell short. Earnings amounted to 90 cents in the fourth quarter, excluding some items. Let's see.
So a year ago they tried to buy Unilever and that didn't work out. So I guess there's pressure on them to grow through acquisition, right?
Yeah. And guess what? We might not be eating as much junk. I mean, sometimes
you know what's remarkable? Everything, personally, I used to love ketchup, man. I still do love it, but I rarely eat it anymore, which is amusing. I mean, there's a lot of sugar in ketchup. There really is.
Yeah.
So as a kid, man, I used to joke that, maybe I'd have some fries with my ketchup and not some ketchup with my fries, but I very rarely eat it anymore. And I wonder if, they have so many brands, though. It's across the board, and maybe it's just a general consensus where
packaged food, right?
Right, exactly. Yeah. Whether it's, their Kraft mac and cheese, which also I used to love as a kid, but I mean, just that powdered cheese that, cheese does not come in powder form, right?
Seriously.
So, all of that, right, yeah.
Seriously. The middle of the aisles, folks. If you can stay out of the middle of the aisles in supermarkets, that's the good thing. Well, that's it. Yep.
No, you're right.
That's what it is saying down the end here. See, without a major deal, Kraft Heinz is starting to look like other major U.S. packaged food companies struggling with changes in consumers' taste. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
And, of course...
Especially, you got, the Whole Foods generation with Amazon, right? I mean, Amazon didn't buy Whole Foods to be selling ketchup and Kraft mac and cheese. So,
there's no doubt. And, when you think about it, right, there's actually a whole... The thing that's going to be intriguing, folks, is this. Picture, you had these conglomerates, right? With your Kraft Heinz, Kellogg's, all these. And they've been around forever. And things have changed. That's the bottom line. And it's like, they didn't change, man. They're still pushing out wheat in boxes like plastic. Give me a break.
Yeah, just the process, totally.
Yeah. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow Industrials are down 15. Nasdaq's off 2. S&Ps are off 5.5. We're coming right back.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.
Platinum, grains, crude oil, gold, copper, cattle, hogs, gasoline, natural gas, coffee, cotton, cocoa, and sugar. These are just some of the commodities mentioned in the most recent issue of Andy Hecht's Techno-Mental Commodity Report. Andy publishes his weekly newsletter every Thursday morning, where he breaks down the commodity market and provides his subscribers with specific trading recommendations based on his trading methodology. By signing up for a free trial to the Techno-Mental Commodity Report, you'll get a full 30 days to try out this powerful newsletter service and see for yourself the types of trades Andy has recommended for his subscribers. When you sign up for a 30-day free trial, you're under no obligation to pay anything. And should you decide to continue, you will lock in the low rate of only $79 a month. Sign up right now for the Techno-Mental Commodity Report and make sure you're ready to catch the next big trade in commodities. For more information and to get started today, visit the front page of TFNN.com.
You know what's cool? Taking something that's good for you. Something specifically formulated to help with weight loss, better sleep, stress reduction, and the need to detox.
Nico, our hunter and gatherer ancestors found all their nutritional requirements for health in their wild environment. But today, our food sources no longer contain the vitamins, minerals, and nutrients our bodies need to stay healthy and strong.
That's why we need Primal Edge Daily Nutrition. It includes a special blend of ionic, soil-based vitamins, minerals, fatty, and amino acids in an easy-to-use liquid form.
Primal Edge is powered by highly concentrated folic and humic acids, nature's preferred delivery system. They have been called miracle molecules because, like sunlight, air, and water, life cannot exist without them.
That's right, Paige. They ensure we receive all the nutrition we need to be healthy and thrive. We take it every morning.
Primal Edge, formulated and approved by Nico and Paige of Living a Primal Lifestyle. Buy it today for just $89. Click on the Primal Edge banner on the front page of TFNN.com. We take your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. Tom and Tommy O'Brien, we do appreciate you growling and prowling with us out here. Right now, we have the Dow Industrials up 23. You get the Nasdaq up 8. S&Ps are down 1. Let's go over to that gold contract. Well, first, let's go to the dollar. So, dollar out here this morning, folks, got into a low. We hit 88.150. It has rejected that low. Bottom line, we'll see how this shakes out the rest of the day. And thus far, it's going to be interesting. And the reason being is this. You are doing 16,000 contracts, which is really light, because you came into the spike from the 25th, which did have 77,000. So the dollar will get a chance to make, bottom line, do a bounce. We'll see if, in fact, it can keep its act together as we go throughout this day. Thus far, intraday. It's a toss-up, basically. You know, that's what you come down to. If we go over to the gold contract, when I do look at gold, what you still have inside the gold contract is that this is still saying it wants higher price. So when we come into this 3-day weekend, it's going to be interesting. Like, I guess what I'd like to do at this particular point is lay right under this 1370. You know, 1370 was the high of the 25th of January. It took out the price of September. It had the volume. No, it was shot the price by 20 cents, I think. 1370. Oh, this is interesting. So we're in a new contract. So it did, on this contract, it took it out by 50 cents. You had the volume. It didn't hold price. Now, if we build cars right underneath this, that'd be a good situation coming back into the market. If we go over to the yen, we take a look at that yen, because the yen was no doubt, that was moving this gold contract really nice. Look at that yen still, it broke down last night and, you know, it come back a little, but that yen's in trouble, man. Pretty amazing.
It is amazing, man. You know, I was up early this morning. I mean, just the market action in general, right? I mean, the Nasdaq 100. Man, where did we close at yesterday? I'm just looking.
No, it was up big this morning.
Oh, for sure. So Nasdaq one. Yeah, what do we close? I got about 68.09 was our close yesterday. We trade up to 68.53.
Right.
And that's at about 4:30 in the morning was the high.
Yep.
So you're looking at 68.58, excuse me. So about 50 points higher, right?
Yep.
And there, 68.58, we come down to 67.79. I mean, just huge reversals every single day. 1% one way, 1% the other. It's not even, I mean, pretty remarkable.
There is no doubt. There's no doubt. Let's go over. I want to take a look at Apple for a second here, because what you're gonna get news all over the place here, folks, is that Apple just overtook. Let me see what this is saying. For Warren Buffett, Berkshire Hathaway boasted a stake in the iPhone maker. I know I was talking about that, to $28 million at year-end, surpassing its stake in Wells Fargo, which was worth $27.8. Imagine having $28 billion in one company.
Okay, billion. You said million at first.
Billion. Yeah.
Okay, that's what I was like. 28 million. Who cares about that for Warren Buffett? Yeah, 28 billion. Wow, no, that's staggering.
Yep.
They, you know, I mean, what Buffett always preaches, right? Brand, brand, brand. As in, you get into a brand that you can't, you know, Coca-Cola, right? Gillette, all those. Well, Apple's the new version of Coca-Cola, as in he knows that that's not going to go to zero. It's something that you can't replace overnight, et cetera, those types of deals. So, it gels with his investing philosophy.
And that being said, now watch this. This is pretty wild. You know, IBM.
That was one of them at one point,
used
right?
to be a big brand, right?
Yep.
Look at this. He sold it all. And in fairness,
they're not that brand anymore. They're not. I mean,
and when you see this, though, this is intense, man. He probably just swapped it out.
There you go. As of September, yeah, he sold it all, 3 million shares.
Actually, hold it 1 second. No, he sold. Yes, that's September 17th. Okay. That's interesting.
I mean, at $150, that's a $500 million sale, $500 million.
Yeah, something's wrong on that, though, because I had brought this up earlier, and it was actually bigger than that. I guess not. Okay. Yeah.
But it speaks to what you're saying, you know, the point being that, you know, 20 years ago, IBM was Apple, and that you couldn't have a new competitor come in. Everybody knew of IBM. They knew of its supremacy, right?
Yeah.
That's a brand awareness that Apple now would have, and IBM is unfortunately far beyond that. Now, they could turn it around, but they're not that type of brand.
And you know, one of the tigers in the den said, don't forget about Dairy Queen, right?
Okay.
Dairy Queen, you know, he still owns Dairy Queen, and that's a private company, folks, but the bottom line is that that's a score beyond belief, because those little tiny ice cream shops, right, cost nothing. Do you know what I'm saying? And it's amazing, you know, when you think about it, you know, guess what? You got a little tiny ice cream shop, but guess what? You have thousands of them, right?
Sure.
Yeah.
No, listen, I love ice cream. I do. That's probably my favorite vice in terms of snacking.
There's no doubt.
But that's changing too. In terms of, you know, frozen yogurts. Probably taking a big chunk of that market in the same way of, you know, a little bit healthier. Still, frozen yogurt's full of sugar, even though it's yogurt.
Oh, yeah. No. And you're paying more money for it, right?
Yep, for sure. Yeah. And then the same deal, I was just going to mention that Uber Eats is kind of changing things, and that now you can get it delivered. I mean, the worst thing that ever happened for my fitness is being able to get yogurt delivered to my front door in about 8 minutes, right?
That is funny, man.
It is, man. It is. And the hysterical thing is that one of the places that I get delivered is literally less than half a mile. I'm giving myself too much credit. It's probably a quarter mile down the street. But yeah. So it's interesting how that all changes for sure.
We're in the delivery mechanism. I can see it. Well, you know what happens? You work all day. You just get home. It's like, do I really want to go out again? That's what I catch myself with. You get home, all of a sudden, you know, you say, I don't want to get in the car again.
No,
do you know what I mean?
And it's as long as it's pretty affordable, you know. So Uber Eats, you have delivery fees anywhere between like $4 to $7.
Okay.
And then food is priced up a little bit on top of that. So, you know, every meal, let's say it's $10, $12 at a restaurant. Maybe on Uber Eats, it's going to be $12 to $14, right? But guess what? In the grand scheme of things, right? Time is money, and sometimes it's worth it. And and then you don't have to deal. You can get delivery from real restaurants versus just being forced to get delivery from pizza or fast food. You can actually get a real delivery from any restaurant with real food, healthy food. That type of deal.
Different ball game, no doubt.
Only going forward, yeah.
Yep. Let's go take a look at this dollar. So they're going to sell this dollar off, man. This is going to get interesting. It has every right to stay higher, folks. But guess what? Someone's coming into it just as we basically see. It came up to ice from 4 days ago. Now the question is going to be, it already pushed down. If it stays inside this 88.870, it's going to be a problem going throughout the day. And so we'll see where that shakes out, and we'll see as that correlation goes. Of course, gold would be just going the other way. Not that it hasn't caught a large bid, but it's certainly not giving anything up either. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Dow's up 44, Nasdaq's up 11, S&P's up flat. We're coming right back. Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
It's a special month at TFNN, and with market volatility back, we've decided to hold an open house in our Tiger's Den. For this month only, you can get a full 30 days of Tiger's Den membership without paying anything. The Tiger's Den is our interactive chat room where you can chat with other tigers and tigresses along with the TFNN hosts during each of their programs. For all of the details and to start your 30-day free trial to the Tiger's Den today, visit the front page of TFNN.com before this deal is gone.
Tiger TV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video, giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. We get a melt up. The market went to Sherwin-Williams, got that green paint again. You have the Dow right now up 84, NASDAQ up 19, S&P's up 4. Now, as you come over to our website at TFNN, folks, you are going to see right on the front page, we have open house happening. Our Tiger's Den, this is all month long.
That's right. So it's February 16th. We got 12 days left in the month, right? And so we got an open house all this month. You can come on over. You get 30 days free, pay nothing. You get access to the Tiger's Den. We got a bunch of fantastic Tigers and Tigresses in there every day, chatting about the market, watching the shows, chatting with the hosts, and you can get 30 days free, pay nothing, and you can, of course, cancel any time and pay nothing. And we do this pretty much once a year, so I encourage people to check it out, get in there, try it out. If you've been in there before, great time to get back in there, and man, what a great market to get in there for.
And tell all your friends, too, folks. Let's have a big party over there. We got a bunch of them Tigers and Tigresses in there now. The more, the merrier, though, and that's a fact, because what does happen is that the more eyes you have, the more ideas you have, the bottom line is that the higher the probability goes that you're going to catch an idea that's out there. And, you know, just as Tommy said this morning, at 4 o'clock, between 4 o'clock and like 7 o'clock and 8:30 this morning, there was a lot of action in those future markets, man. It was pretty amazing.
Seriously.
You know. So if we go overseas and we take a look at overseas last night, what you had, I want to go look at this Nikkei for a second. So the Nikkei the last 2 nights, even though the yen was getting stronger, the Nikkei really, yeah, okay, so it didn't actually go up dramatically, but it didn't go down. And that's, okay, so the volume died in the vine. Okay, this is pretty cool. So when you, these world markets, they, you know, it's intriguing when you take big hits. And then you can do a counter trend bounce. You're going to see that the Nikkei is doing just as we're doing. You know, that now our markets have had an extraordinary bounce, that's for sure. The volume is contracting. If we look at the Nikkei, you're going to see the same deal. You came down to 1.9 billion. You came down to 1.4 billion. You know, we went up 2 days ago on 890 million. You went up last night with 800 million. You know, that to me, that's a counter trend bounce, and you know, this thing's going to go south. And more than likely, inside the Nikkei, you know, it has everything to do with how strong the yen is getting. We go take a look at, let's go to the FTSE in Europe and take a look at the FTSE. The FTSE had taken a vicious hit. Look at that, that's a one-way trip. I mean, the FTSE went from 77.92, folks, January 12th, down to 70.79. Well, I guess it's the same type of hit, right? When we did the counter trend, when we went down 10, 11%. The difference is that the FTSE didn't get back like what we've got back. Let's see. They're still down at, so you did 1.3 billion. Yesterday we did 900 million. No, 3 days ago you did 900 million. Yesterday you did 700. Yeah, this is a market. Those, let's go to the DAX. Let's just take a look at the DAX for a second. Same setup in the DAX. So the DAX, yeah, we went from 13,596 to 12,000. So you went down, what, 13,000, 1,500 points. You go up on 134 million, 69 million. You're going into 211. Isn't it funny when you look at the DAX that, you know, for Germany, they don't have close to the volumes that we have in the markets. You know,
okay.
They're always just pretty, yeah, they're light. I mean, but they've always been like that. Here we go. You know, folks, look at Tommy, look at this. So the gold market's catching a bid, dollars getting sold down again. This is a wild, man. It's like,
yeah, and the market's popping back to where we were at about 8 in the morning as of, I mean, I'm looking at the Dow. I mean, pretty remarkable. The Dow's at 25,277. We were all the way down to 25,115, so you're about 160 points off the low. And we're back right where we were, almost at about 7:45, 8 in the morning.
Yeah, and you know, this is what's going to get intriguing here, folks, right? Is that I can understand this fundamentally, because this market really, if we're going to be in an inflationary market and the dollar's going to get destroyed, we will see every asset class go up. I mean, if this fast move in the dollar, you know, dollar goes down, you can see the correlation is happening. This hasn't happened for a long time in the marketplace, meaning in general. You know, well, I guess you can say that it has because the market's been going up big time for a year. The dollar's been going down for a year. If this dollar accelerates on the way down, the market's going up. Now, in the United States, you're going to have more money, but you don't have more money as you go overseas. Because the correlation is a direct correlation. But as this is moving right now, this is the first time I've really seen this dramatically in a long time, that as the dollar gets lower, markets are going higher. Of course, the correlation's always been there with the commodity market, not so much, though, with the aspect of the S&Ps. But right now, it's pretty direct. If we go over and take a look at, the commodities aren't catching a bid yet. You got cocoa, cotton, nickel, copper in the plus, but no big deal. If we go to the S&Ps, though, let's take a look at this S&P, because this is pretty intense. So I wonder if I can put the dollar index up the other side, because look at this is like a direct correlation of the dollar just going from 400 up to 250 up.
Yeah, I mean, I pulled up oil just in that same little spike. You had oil spiking up about 25 pennies just in that same. We were under $61. Now we're at about 61.25. Yeah. In that 6-7 minutes. Yeah.
Okay, so let's do it this way and see what we got. Yeah, it's harder to. Yeah, this sets it up a different way. I wanted to compare it, folks, to see where that was shaking out with the dollar going down. But let's go over to that dollar just for a second. Because this is what happens on a 3-day weekend also, folks, is that you definitely, there can be a lot more volatility, because what does happen is that normally, our markets get active 6 o'clock on Sunday night.
Yes.
Bottom line is that, now you're talking an extra 24 hours before everything really gets active. And what seems to happen is that when we do have a 3-day weekend, it's not like, these other markets are open, but they're slower. They're slower.
Yes.
Yes. They're definitely slower. So what has happened now is that dollar, guess what? You're back inside a lower range. We'll see where this shakes out, but it's a long time to go to the rest of the day. There's no doubt about it, man.
Lots of trading left on a Friday.
Yep. Let's go over to that oil market. So right now, crude's trading at $60.93. This is a delayed quote, so it might be higher than that. Yeah, that doesn't look like it wants to hold either. We got up to 61.89 right now. I have 60.91. Let me go USO. Let me just take a look at this for a second. Small bit. Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 100. Nasdaq's up 26. S&Ps are up 6. Gold's up 210. Silver's down 2 cents. King Dollar's up 260. We're coming right back.
Has the current market volatility continued to stop you out of trades when the market spikes against you? Now is the perfect time to open up an account with Nadex. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a brand new, completely regulated Chicago-based exchange, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their completely free trading platform, which also features real-time charts and full customization capability. One of the advantages of trading with Nadex in volatile markets is that your risk is always capped and you have the ability of keeping your trades open even when the market spikes against you. Nadex is completely brand new with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com. Or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters. David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So Dow right now is up 92. You get the Nasdaq up 21. S&Ps are up 5.5. And don't forget, folks, you can come over to our website, hit the Nadex banner, bring it up, get that demo account going so you can see how these defined option contracts trade. There's always something out there, meaning whether it's the currencies, the commodities, the indices, Bitcoin. And, you know, we talk about something always out there, things changing quick, Tom. Look at this news. So Amazon, YouTube, and Twitter are all weighing bids for the streaming rights to Thursday Night Football. Now they're going to have bidding, right? That's going to, I mean, that totally makes sense, too, because...
It does. Yeah. It does. Now, they you know, there's always bidding. It's just that normally the only companies bidding for that are pretty much Fox.
Yes.
Yes, and maybe NBC. But that was only a matter of time in the last 2 years. And I'm surprised that Netflix is not in that conversation because I would imagine that they've had internal discussions, to say the least. And maybe they're not in that article, but guess what? They're in that conversation for sure.
Yeah. I guess what the difference is that what Netflix absolutely loves is that they're building such a powerhouse with those series and with those films that's good forever, right? You know what I mean? That's like, hey, you know, we watch it now, you know, 10 years from now, more people are going to be watching it. You know, those don't have a shelf life. Well, they have a long shelf life. That's what they have.
So that's interesting, right? But only to a certain degree, because, you know, HBO has the same thing. I mean, they still have The Sopranos. They still have The Wire. Nobody's watching The Sopranos right now.
No.
You know, what an amazing show. So even it's got to kind of be current, within the realm of current, right? Because, man, HBO has some incredible shows that, I mean, it's amazing. Sopranos aired, I think it's like 20 years ago, Sopranos started. And just an amazing program, but guess what? Nobody who's like young right now is watching that. Even though HBO holds the rights to that forever. So, you know, it's got to be somewhere in the ballpark of current for it to catch people, and that only speaks to just how much competition. It's probably because, guess what? yeah, that's a great show, but there's great shows coming up right now that are at the top of everyone's, you talk about them, whether it's Game of Thrones, right? Whether it's,
I start watching Carbon. Let me see. Oh, I forgot the name of it. It's on Netflix.
Okay.
It's Carbon something. And what happens, folks, is that you never die. Well, you die, but they call your body sleeves. And you get to buy new sleeves. But you need bread in order to basically get good sleeves.
Okay.
Yeah, I like it, though.
Is it Carbonaro effect?
No, here.
No, I was just Googling trying to find it. Okay, okay.
Yeah, I'll do it at the break. Pretty wild.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some of the higher volume stocks out here. So what we have here, Bank of America down 18 cents. Apple's up.
Altered Carbon. Sorry, right?
What is it?
Altered Carbon?
Altered Carbon, yeah.
Altered Carbon.
Yeah.
Okay. I want to get it for myself. I like Netflix.
Yeah.
No,
totally.
And just give them one more plug before we jump back into the market. I've been watching a lot of that show, The Crown. I say the show, which talks about Queen Elizabeth when she was young.
Okay.
With Prince Philip. And that's the one where I think they spent something to the tune of like $130 million on the production of the 2 seasons.
Is it good?
It's cool, yeah, because it's a historical deal too. You're learning about real history. I like anytime that it's based off of real, and you just see from when her, it's pretty remarkable. I mean, I'm young compared to Queen Elizabeth's young, right? But
yeah.
I mean, through the story where, I mean, she only became queen because her father became king because his brother abdicated the throne.
Right.
I mean, who abdicates the throne, right? I mean, just the whole.
Never. Poor Prince Charles, he's never going to be king.
Oh, I know. It's remarkable. It is, right. But just so it goes through, imagine, they grew up as kids, and they were nowhere in the line because it was her father's brother that was supposed to be king, and he became king. And then what happened was he wanted to get married to somebody who had been divorced, so he couldn't do that and be king, and so he abdicated the throne. So all of a sudden his brother becomes king when he had lived his life never thinking that was going to be the case. His kids had lived the life never thinking they would be, and all of a sudden, in one grand fell swoop, he's king. His 2 daughters, guess what? She's next in line, and she's only like a young toddler at that time, but it's pretty remarkable.
All in the name of love. Think about that. Boy, that'd never happen now, man.
No, and you know what? They go into it a lot more. There's a lot more that happened there in terms of the brother that abdicated the throne and kind of his we'll call him shenanigans of what's going on. But it's a cool show if anybody is looking for a good show to watch on Netflix.
Pretty wild. Yeah. Gotta love it. Oh, look at this. Oh, what is the Artesian Networks? What happened here? This thing's down $57. Let's see what we got here. So.
Vista Networks, yeah.
Yeah, cloud computing for data centers. Company offers switches, pass-through carts. Holy cow. Oh, I guess it's always interesting. Like $300 stock, I guess down $57. The chart's not like totally destroyed, but wow.
Yeah, so I'm seeing some headlines. Judge dismisses majority of Cisco's insane IP defense against Arista. Arista Networks, let's see. I mean, there's so many headlines on this as I'm trying to find it, but
yeah, this stock's been on a tear anyway. I mean, 2016 is a $60 stock, gets up to $311.
Yeah, I mean, just recently. On February 14th, there were articles saying Arista gained a key win against Cisco in some court battle they were having. So maybe it has to do with some kind of legality going on. No? Okay, what do you got up there?
Yeah, let's see. 14% fell short of estimates. Revenue fell short of estimates. Okay.
So straight up earnings story. Yeah. And they're talking about They're in an exploding industry, right?
Yeah.
They have Cisco is posting big time numbers and they're sinking, and it's like if you're in an exploding industry and you're not exploding and your competition is, I guess that's what the market interprets.
That's right. Man, these public companies, man, if they don't grow, get out of the way, man. It's pretty intense how they shake that out.
Totally.
You got, don't forget, folks, about the Tigers Den. Tigers Den, wide open. Come visit us. Visit all the Tigers and Tigresses. Tell your friends about it. And not only that, folks, all the program at TFNN. One of the easiest ways to get it, just go right to YouTube. You go to YouTube, pull up TFNN Corp, And subscribe, because if you subscribe and do it right on your phone, what ends up happening, we get live in the morning, bang, it's going to be right on your phone saying you're live. You can, bottom line, hit it.
Yep.
You don't have
and
to
now
hit
when
it.
No, it's perfect what you're saying, and just so people understand it too, when we say subscribe, you know, we're saying basically that's just clicking on the button on YouTube. That way when, you know, you're not paying for anything, it's just signing up for, you know, that way when you log into YouTube, kind of you have those videos will pop up on your main screen maybe. You'll have access to them, and the live stream is always there for sure.
Right, and it works so great. It's amazing, actually.
So easy.
It really is, man. It's amazing how fast they've made everything, and I guess it's just going to keep getting faster. I mean, it has to.
You got it.
That's the bottom line, right? Stay right there, folks. Tommy and I are coming right back, and then coming up at 11, we get swim lessons. Then Steve Rhodes, Dave White be back this afternoon. Stay right there. Tommy and I are coming right back. We have the Dow Industrials right now up 95, Nasdaq's up 23, S&Ps are up 5.5, Gold's catching a bid up 270, King Dollar up 230. Come right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
You don't buy into that nonsense, do you? You know you can't time the markets. I didn't. And in 2006, I set out on a mission to do just that. I began by surrounding myself with the greats like Tom O'Brien, Larry Pesavento, David White, and Basil Chapman. I read countless books and even looked to the moon and planets for answers. Now, we both know that trading is 80% mental. So I learned the exact tools that Tony Robbins uses to overcome fear. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability. And last March, the folks at Timers Digest began tracking my newsletter signals, which through January 18, 2018, placed me as the #1 gold timer for that exact time frame. Now, I can't officially be recognized until Timers Digest has a full year of signals, but clearly I've learned how to time the markets, and I'd like to teach you how to do that as well. Subscribers to Mastering Probability gain access to my live and archive workshops where I show you the exact same patterns that earned me this #1 ranking. If you're looking for great market calls and an education, sign up for Mastering Probability today at TFNN.com.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's Tiger TV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors. Learn how to trade options with swim lessons. Brought to you by TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim. Next on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. Dow right now is up on 96. You get the Nasdaq up 20. S&Ps are up 6. Let's go over and take a look at these S&Ps for a second. So let's see what we're going against here. So the futures, 27.46 has been the high. 27.63 would be the number, but so the benchmark you want to watch today, folks, is 27.36.75. That would be the high of yesterday. You know, that's how that's setting up. NQ's a little bit different. They're still, you know, they basically got up there this morning. Let's see. Okay, so on the NQs, you're going to watch 68.13. Yeah, 68.13 is the number. And that's possible the Qs can close underneath that. And if that's what you got, that's going to, you know, that'll be a failure in price and volume because that's going into the fifth. And when we take a look at the fifth volume-wise, so that's the big number. Yeah, it's 3 billion shares. So going into that 3-day weekend, we'll see how much more we get going. The gold market's holding. It's up $2, nothing heavy holding. Those bonds, the notes and bonds might be telling us something, you know, that they're going to finally catch a bid. 2 months is a long time to go down, right? You know, we'll find out whether it's a counter-trend bid, a counter-trend bounce or not. And we are right next to the 3%. And as we get a question of how to wake silver up, there's no doubt, man, silver's still going to be woken up, folks. Get out there and stop. I'm only kidding. Silver still needs a bid, you know, but we know how silver trades. I mean, it's a cycle, man. It is a cycle. You stay right there, folks. We got swim lessons coming up next, and then we get our man, Mr. Basil Chapman, Steve Rhodes, Dave White. I'll be back this afternoon. Thanks, Tommy.
Thanks, man. Have a great one.
You too. Stay right there, folks. Swim lessons coming right up. Dow up 100, NASDAQ up 19, S&P's up 5.5. They're coming right up, folks.
Since 1984, Basil Chapman has been using the Chapman Wave methodology to advise traders of his expert market opinion. While originally hand-drawing charts from the late 1970s into the 1980s, Basil noticed that prices under most circumstances virtually always had a certain number of legs to the upside before declining sharply. Later, Basil found that computer software, which included the standard market technical indicators, enhanced the degree of accuracy in calling price turns, as well as market trend calls. Thus was born the Chapman Wave sequence. Using the Chapman Wave methodology along with other indicators, Basil Chapman advises his subscribers of his expert market opinion each market day with his opening call newsletter. Right now, you can get a 2-week free trial to the opening call, Basil's daily trading newsletter, by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Cancel at any time during that trial and pay absolutely nothing. Get your 2-week free trial to Basil's newsletter, The Opening Call, today by visiting TFNN.com.